Wow.
Tonto DK, what is your next movie? Focus on your art.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, let me come in here.
Come in. Because you're about to get it too.
Okay, fine. But let's listen to this. What happened to growth, knowledge, and repentance? If you said she snatched somebody's husband, fine. She's not even with the guy anymore. So where has it become a statement that because you went through a bad phase in your life, you have no right to speak on it?
You have to come.
Are you kidding
me?
me?
You have to come from a place of not judging.
How's that being a hypocrite?
You're being a hypocrite because you've done the same thing that you're.
So because I pushed drug as a youth, now I can't say no to drugs. Are you kidding me? You're gonna tell me, shut up, you push drug. You have nothing to say about it?
Has she stopped dealing with married men?
Is she dealing with your husband?
I'm just asking, has she stopped dealing with married men?
Do you know for sure about that?
I'm asking,
who is sponsoring Tonto DK's Dubai trips? We haven't seen a movie yet.
She's made a name for herself. She's made a name for herself.
What last movie she made?
I don't know, but she's
Don't try to defend her. Don't try to defend Tonto DK.
I'm not trying to defend her. I'm just being realistic.
The
fact that you went through something doesn't mean you don't have a right to speak on it anymore.
She has stuck so many things under her, and now she wants to act like she's all holy and stuff.
She's just trying to advise the young girls of today not to make the same mistake she made. Why do you look at me like that?
I totally get what Timani is saying. There is, I don't know much about Tonto DK or the story surrounding her, but I get what Timani is saying. There's room for change.
Do you?
Yes. If you were into something bad before and now you're a different person, then you should be able to educate people. Don't do it. Yeah. Now, also, you said she put a post about women snatching people's husbands. How about the men who put themselves in positions to be snatched?
So because she was once a husband snatcher, now she has the right now to say, oh, you can't. My dear, listen, first of all, you snatch somebody's husband and then you come to social media and start to criticize people that are snatching people's husband. You come from a place of, oh, I used to, but not anymore. And I advise you not to. You don't come and start to judge everybody like, what she put out was judgmental. She was telling them, all right, that, oh, you people that are snatching people's husband, pretty much.
The narrative.
Yeah, was judgmental.
Yeah.
You're not
the way
saying,
you say something.
right,
The way
it's
you say
how you deliver. I'm a drug. I used to push drugs. I don't anymore. Say no to drugs because the effects are bad. I should know. I've been there.
Even that before you can make such statements as say no to drug, I need you to donate all that money you got from pushing drugs to charity before you can even make that statement.
And not make more money from charity and then turn around and
we have to go though. We don't have time. I'm sorry, Marks. Tiwa Savage, what's going on?
Okay, well, this is really, really, really interesting.
Tiwa Savage about Marvin Records?
Okay, yeah, so Tiwa Savage and Maven Records has been slammed with 200 million naira copyright infringement lawsuit.
Oh, we found our answer. That's why they're all fleeing.
So guys, let me read something. So Danny Young has taken legal measures against Tiwa Savage, who he accuses of stealing his lyrics for her song, One. I love that song, it's really prophetic. It's sad that YouTube took the song down anyways. Recall that last month, the former singer took to his Instagram to make the accusation, saying, I never knew I would be a victim of intellectual property theft until now. The worst pain is that my song was stolen by Tiwa Savage, who happens to be one of my favorite female artists. And from the video he shared, fans noticed the similarities in their verses. However, while many people insist that it wasn't intellectual theft, as the verse was taken from a Yoruba proverb. So when you have like an Igbo parable or Yoruba proverb or something, like it's saying
it's a general saying
in your music. And then an artist comes and say, I used that first before you. That's my property. You took it from my song. Now the question is, does anybody actually have rights to a proverb for any indigenous language?
You have to ask our great-great-grandfather, so they started it. But for me, a lot of these successful artists are bullies. Yeah. They are bullies. They go to studios, they try to work with upcoming artists, and they end up stealing their records. It has happened in so many ways. You help them write a song, they don't even give you credit. Right. Most of the people that help Beyonce and Rihanna, they don't get credit for their songs. So for me, there was a reason why YouTube took it down.
They do get credit.
But it's also karma because
they get credit. They get credit.
Because Tiwa actually hit up Ciara because Ciara took a piece of her song.
True. Yes.
And so it comes back. It's what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
So she took Ciara took a piece of her song. She took a piece of somebody else's song. And I think that what doesn't happen in Nigeria, which is happening now, is that the music has to really be copyright infringement, all the laws, because this could go to court and get thrown out. Yeah. Because what kind of things did he put in place with his music so that if somebody ever touched it, they would immediately get, stopped.
And also there is sorry, Timani, there's room for discussions and having a conversation.
That's it.
I feel like Daddy Young, really went for it. Maybe he had tried to reach out to Tiwa Savage and she wasn't responding the way he wanted
Obviously,
to.
that's what happens. That's how it goes.
Man, we could talk about
but for the fact that the song has been
taken
taken down, that means to an extent the boy has a good legal team for a start.
A really good
but
one.
this thing happens all the time. They take your sound, they take your music, they take your lyrics. You try to reach out to them, they ignore you. And then when you do it the proper way, their own management will now be trying to reach out to you. But then it's too late.
True.
It's too late for that. But also, artists supposed to know something. Before you put out a song that you want to monetize, the first thing you have to do is publishing. If you don't know how to do publishing, visit a site called BMI, register an account. It's a global company. For every radio network, for everywhere your music is being played, they're going to generate your money for you. And even if somebody tries to use your song somewhere else, they'll put it down because of copyright. It's called BMI. Visit that one. At least that could help.
We also have songtrust.com. That's the one I'm also registering my music as well. So you can go up there for artists, go register your song. They can gather every publishing rights for you. This is global right now. It's not indigenous to only Nigeria or whatever. You can do it on a global scale and get your dollars. And
even if you're playing music like in a club or in like how we are in a house party or whatever, if somebody comes in from Spotify, other places, they can actually sue you. So like in a major bars now have to buy Spotify licenses or iTunes licenses to play in a gathering space. If it's more than 10 people, you have to pay for that. So there's so many things in place.
You see that Nigeria, this stealing thing is a common thing in Nigeria. They steal anybody's thing. So with all this information that you guys have now, it makes it better for you to navigate your way through life in Nigeria. In Africa in general.
It's getting better.
Yes, we're getting there.
So any message for Tiwa?
Tiwa Savage.
This one is crushing on her.
Major crush.
Really? I didn't know.
How you been?
You love Tiwa?
Don't listen to Timani.
Yes, you do.
Give your message.
No, she's an incredible.
Give your message. Give your message.
Charlie? Okay, I feel like this should be like settled amicably. There should be a conversation. The both parties should the both parties should come together and just squash this whole thing so that we can keep enjoying great music. One, that music is really great. I love the video. I love the music.
Boy, that
Tiwa loves short men. Like whiskey.
Tiwa, pay off for
y'all be shady as.
We're gonna move on. All right, so Liberian woman, what's going on?
Liberian woman. She dealt with her husband, a cheating husband of hers. She put their house on rent.
Oh my God.
This is what she did. So a Liberian woman based in the United States, right? She revealed that she did something to her cheating husband. According to a woman, she was married to a Nigerian man for over 8 years, right? And she caught the man cheating a few times, but let it go. And then suddenly he said he's going to Nigeria to visit. All the while, he was talking to a lady in Nigeria. She was smart. She had her phone set up in such a way that every message that you have going out, calls, she gets them. So this is what she did. She knew about the visit. I don't know what kind of iPhone that was, but she set that up.
Yeah, the cloud. It just gets
so
back
all the plans that he made, she played as though she did not have an idea. As soon as he left, she cleaned up the house, put things in the storage, put the house on Airbnb and on rent, collected a small 2-bedroom apartment, and she moved her kids into the two-bedroom apartment and started collecting money for the house. She said it was a big, lovely house. The man comes back, puts his key in the door.
No house.
And then calls the woman. The woman said, oh, no, you went to go and cheat in Nigeria. Go and stay with the woman, and you think I did not know. So she gives a message to listeners and says, you don't have to leave your husband. No. There are other ways to treat you, to deal with their messed up. You don't have to cheat on your husband either. When they're cheating, just be smart about it.
Is this
what do you guys think about?
She looks really, really familiar.
She looks familiar, right? Me too. I said the same thing too.
I think
but I can't pick it.
She's a celeb.
But anyway, what do you guys think about her vindictive ways? Do you think that was right for her to have done that?
I think no matter what you do, like, talk about that. This is my Liberian outfit from Liberia.
Yeah, go Liberia.
Are very great seamstresses. So the thing about it is that there's, like you said, there's many ways to get somebody back. But I think that if you're okay, that means you've been okay with him cheating for so long, right? So why now? All of a sudden, you know.
And she has been planning now.
But she hasn't really been planning.
Process.
She just went and had a Nigerian, maybe a Nigerian fine babe, right? So now she's upset. So she
she's a
gets
fine
him back.
babe too.
But the thing about it is that
she's
he
pretty.
can if the house is under his name, we don't know what the deals are. I don't know if it was under her name, if she was being the breadwinner. So after, they have kids. So and also how does this displace the kids too? Because now the kids are wondering. But my daddy can't. Where's my dad?
Your daddy has moved with another woman.
No, that's like
That's
a
not
selfish
fair.
move.
Right.
At
It's
that
selfish.
moment, you were thinking about yourself.
Exactly.
At that moment.
Exactly.
Not the kids. You didn't involve the kids in your decision. You didn't do all of that. You just decided to sell a house, change the keys, and all of that. My question now is, are you happy?
Well,
You did all of that
Yes.
work. How are you internally? Do you have a peace of mind now?
Yes.
Or
I
are
don't
you
think so.
happy?
And
well,
that's a lot.
probably she had to go all the way to that length to get his attention.
And she, more than likely, as we've already know, statistics have shown, percentages have shown that this woman is going to go back with him.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
she
you've
will.
done all of this. You sold the house.
will.
You've done this and done that. Now you're in small 2-bedroom when you had mansion, which we didn't see pictures of. But now you're going to go back with him in the same
Right.
2-bedroom. You're going to complain. We're going to go through the same
Yes.
dynamics. Is this final for you because you didn't go file divorce papers?
Right.
And are you going to get up and move every time a man cheats on you? Would this be the last man that cheats on you? Because I would like to meet that man. Listen, I'm not promoting cheating, but
Absolutely.
when it happens, you need to factor in everything. Your kids, everything involved. You know, she just did it out of emotion.
And that's the
because
problem I have with today relationships, right? A lot of decisions that adults make, they never really consider the children who are the receiving end of all decisions that you make. You don't think about the emotional effect, the adverse impact that it has on the children, psychological impact. You waking up and not seeing your dad, or you waking up and not seeing your mother, or you having to hear your dad or your mother argue all the time on the phone. They never consider how it affects them. These kids then grow to think it's okay for you to do these things. They
What
have
would
to
you have done in
But
that
it
situation?
depends, though. It depends. It depends.
I wouldn't. Well, first of all, I would
Depends
not
on
move
what?
my children.
Sometimes,
Wait, hold on. What did you
Depends
say?
on what.
if it's a worst case scenario like a domestic abuse where the man is really beating the woman,
No,
and
we're
their
talking about
kids,
cheating.
No. That's cheating too. It depends. If the man is cheating incessantly, it cannot change. That's risky. You can.
But that's what the situation is here.
Yeah, you can contact any diseases or whatever, and this man is not changing. No, because you're trying to make it like because there are children involved, be considerate, which is good. But all I'm saying is that at a time when it's almost at risk to your health as a woman or as a man, then you have to do the
So
needful.
My own is that advice that she gave. That advice that she gave. That women shouldn't
for the fact that
scratch
kids,
your itch.
For the fact that kids are
What?
involved.
That's my advice to her.
For the fact that
Is
kids
she getting
are.
Glitz, what did you just say?
I said that she advised women not to go and cheat on their man. If their man is going here and there, you think I'm going to just sit there as he's having sex with Tom, Dick, Harry, Bob, Sue?
So what
no.
should you do?
I will be scratching every itch in my ear, in my side, everywhere. We go be scratching. We go cheat together. When he
real?
return home, I might even have belly.
So in the live video, she said that. She said women should not go and cheat.
Yeah, she said you don't have to cheat to deal with your man, to get back at your man. There are other ways, like the way she took. But the way she took is not really. It's not.
Is it safe?
It's not vindictive. It's not vindictive enough. I mean, you put your house on rent,
Your own
but you're
house.
paying. You're still paying rent at the 2-bedroom apartment that you're in, and you have your kids with you, so you're responsible for your children. And she said she's going to be separated from her husband for a year. That's a punishment to him. But the thing is, that's not really a punishment.
That's more like a free pass card. Your husband will be traveling, sharing all that
Papa,
to everybody.
That's
hey,
right.
you come here. Hey, you
Papa
come
becomes
here.
a rolling stone because now he's just going to be rolling
Punishment.
all over all 54 countries in Africa,
Right.
just giving people belly as he go.
All right, before we catch Bella, let's leave. We have to go. We love you for watching. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on this topic. Until next time, you're watching the ABS show. This is Mina TV. Bye.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.